Yang Yi learned that troops were blocking the road ahead, and immediately sent scouts to investigate. The report soon returned. Wei Yan had burned the plank roads and occupied the key passes. Yang Yi was shocked. Before his death, the Prime Minister predicted that Wei Yan might one day rebel. Now it has actually happened. He has cut off our route back to Hanzhong. What should we do? Fei Yi replied. Wei Yan will surely accuse us of rebellion first. That is why he destroyed the roads. We should immediately report his treason to the court. Jiang Wei suggested another solution. There is a narrow mountain path through Chashan. It is dangerous, but it can lead us around to the rear of the destroyed roads. We can report the matter to the emperor while moving our army through that route. Meanwhile in Chengdu, Lu Shan had been feeling uneasy for several days. One night he dreamed that Jinping Mountain suddenly collapsed. He awoke in terror and could not sleep again. The next morning, Xiao Zhou reported, "Last night I observed the heavens and saw a great red star fall from the northeast toward the southwest. It is a sign of grave misfortune for the Prime Minister. Your dream of a collapsing mountain confirms this omen." Lu Shan became even more worried. Soon afterward, Li Fu arrived from the front lines, weeping as he reported the death of Zhuge Liang and relayed his final instructions. Lu Shan burst into tears. "Heaven intends to destroy my kingdom." He collapsed in grief. The Empress Dowager Wu, the officials, and the people of Chengdu all mourned deeply. Amid this sorrow, a memorial from Wei Yan arrived, accusing Yang Yi of rebellion. Wei Yan claimed that Yang Yi had seized military authority, kidnapped Zhuge Liang's coffin, and intended to betray Shu. He stated that he had destroyed the roads only to defend the state. Lu Shan hesitated after reading the accusation. The Empress Dowager reminded him that Liu Bei had once said Zhuge Liang never fully trusted Wei Yan. Therefore, Wei Yan's words alone should not be believed. Soon Yang Yi's own memorial arrived. He explained that Zhuge Liang had entrusted him with command before his death. Wei Yan had disobeyed orders, rushed back toward Hanzhong, burned the roads, and attempted to seize control. When the ministers were asked for their opinions, Jiang Wan defended Yang Yi, while Dong Yun pointed out that Wei Yan had long been dissatisfied and was the more likely rebel. Lu Shan asked what should be done if Wei Yan truly rebelled. Jiang Wan answered, "The Prime Minister always guarded against such possibilities. He surely left arrangements behind. Your Majesty need not worry." Not long afterward, both sides continued sending accusations against each other. Fei Yi finally arrived in Chengdu and explained the situation in detail. Lu Shan then sent Dong Yun to mediate while hoping to calm Wei Yan. Meanwhile, Yang Yi and Jiang Wei secretly led their forces through the mountain path, bypassing Wei Yan's position. Fearing for Hanzhong's safety, Yang Yi dispatched He Ping with 3,000 soldiers ahead while he escorted Zhuge Liang's coffin toward Hanzhong. When He Ping reached Nanggu Pass, he loudly challenged Wei Yan to battle. Furious, Wei Yan mounted his horse and rode out. As the armies faced each other, He Ping shouted, "Where is the traitor Wei Yan?" Wei Yan angrily accused Yang Yi's side of rebellion in return. He Ping replied, "The Prime Minister has barely been buried, and yet you already dare to revolt." Then he addressed Wei Yan's soldiers. "You are all men of Shu. Your parents, wives, and children are waiting at home. The Prime Minister treated you well. Do not throw away your lives for a rebel." His words had a tremendous effect. Many soldiers abandoned Wei Yan on the spot. Enraged, Wei Yan charged forward, but He Ping deliberately retreated and lured him into an ambush. Arrows rained down from every direction. When Wei Yan withdrew, he discovered that much of his army had already scattered. No matter how many deserters he executed, He could not stop the collapse. Only Ma Dai and about 300 men remained loyal. Overjoyed, Wei Yan praised Ma Dai. Ma Dai encouraged him further. Why submit to Wei? If you truly possess such talent, why not seize Hanzhong first and then pursue greater ambitions? Wei Yan was delighted by the suggestion. Wei Yan and Ma Dai then marched directly toward Nanjing. From the city walls, Jiang Wei saw them approaching and immediately raised the drawbridge. Wei Yan called for surrender. Jiang Wei consulted Yang Yi. Yang Yi revealed that Zhuge Liang had left behind a secret pouch, instructing them to open it if Wei Yan rebelled. When they opened it, the note inside said only, "Open the next instruction when you confront Wei Yan." Jiang Wei then led 3,000 soldiers out of the city and formed battle lines. Pointing at Wei Yan, he shouted, "The Prime Minister never wronged you. Why have you betrayed him?" Wei Yan ignored him. "Tell Yang Yi to come out." By now Yang Yi had read the final instruction inside the pouch. He rode forward and laughed. "The Prime Minister knew you would eventually rebel. If you dare sit on your horse and shout 3 times, 'Who dares kill me?' I will hand Hanzhong over to you." Wei Yan laughed loudly. "While Zhuge Liang lived, I feared him somewhat. Now that he is dead, who can stop me?" He shouted, "Who dares kill me?" Before he could finish, a voice thundered behind him, "I dare." A flash of steel appeared. Wei Yan's head fell to the ground. Everyone was stunned. The killer was Ma Dai. Before his death, Zhuge Liang had secretly instructed Ma Dai to wait for Wei Yan's rebellion and strike at the decisive moment. Everything unfolded exactly as Zhuge Liang had planned. Wei Yan was finally eliminated. Before Dong Yun could even reach Nanjing, Wei Yan had already been killed. Yang Yi immediately reported the matter to the court. Lu Shan ordered that although Wei Yan had committed treason, his past services should be honored, and he should receive a proper burial. Soon afterward, Zhuge Liang's coffin returned to Chengdu. Lu Shan, accompanied by all officials dressed in mourning clothes, traveled 20 li outside the city to receive it. Officials and commoners alike wept openly. The coffin was placed in the Prime Minister's residence, where Zhuge Liang observed the mourning rites. When Yang Yi later appeared before the court bound in chains, Lu Shan not only pardoned him but promoted him to commander of the Central Army. Ma Dai was rewarded with Wei Yan's former title. Following Zhuge Liang's wishes, he was buried at Mount Dingjun. His tomb was simple and modest, without extravagant decorations. On an auspicious day in the 10th month, Lu Shan personally attended the funeral procession. Zhuge Liang was posthumously honored with the title Marquis Zhongwu. A shrine was established in Mianyang, where sacrifices would be offered throughout the year. His lifelong loyalty, diligence, and devotion moved countless people across the realm. After Zhuge Liang's death, alarming news arrived from the frontier. Eastern Wu had stationed tens of thousands of troops under Quan Song at Baekyu. Lu Shan feared that Wu might break the alliance and invade. Jiang Wan advised caution. Troops should reinforce Yong'an while an envoy traveled to Wu to announce Zhuge Liang's death and observe their intentions. Zhong Yu was chosen for the mission. Upon arriving in Jianye, he met Sun Quan. Sun Quan deliberately asked, "If we are allies, why are you strengthening the defenses of Baidi City?" Zhong Yu answered immediately, "Wu has reinforced Baekyu, and Shu has reinforced Baidi City. Both are natural responses to the situation. Neither side should blame the other." Sun Quan laughed. "You are every bit as capable as Deng Ji." He then explained that he mourned Zhuge Liang's death, and that the troop buildup was intended only to guard against Wei. To demonstrate his sincerity, Sun Quan broke a golden arrow and swore an oath. If I betray this alliance, may my descendants perish. He also sent gifts and envoys to Shu to offer condolences. After Zhongyu returned and reported everything, Lu Shan was greatly relieved and rewarded him generously. Following Zhuge Liang's final wishes, the government was reorganized. Jiang Wan became chancellor and general-in-chief. Fei Yi assisted with state affairs. Wu Yi guarded Hanzhong. Jiang Wei was promoted to general who assists Han, and given command of the armies defending against Wei. However, Yang Yi felt deeply dissatisfied. He believed his seniority and contributions exceeded Jiang Wan's. Privately, he complained to Fei Yi. If I had surrendered to Wei back then, I would not be in this position today. Fei Yi secretly reported the remark to Lu Shan. The emperor became furious and ordered Yang Yi arrested. Although execution was considered, Jiang Wan argued that Yang Yi's past service deserved mercy. Lu Shan agreed and reduced the punishment to exile. Yang Yi was banished to Ji Commandery in Hanzhong. Unable to endure the humiliation, he eventually committed suicide. For a time, the three kingdoms entered a brief period of peace. In Wei, Emperor Cao Rui promoted Sima Yi to Grand Commandant and placed him in charge of military affairs. Yet Cao Rui increasingly indulged in luxury. He ordered the construction of grand palaces, towers, and pleasure grounds in Luoyang and Xuchang. Tens of thousands of craftsmen and hundreds of thousands of laborers were forced into service. The people suffered greatly. Faithful officials such as Dong Sun, Zhang Mao, and Yang Fu repeatedly warned him that tyrants like Jie of Xia, Zhou of Shang, and Qin Shi Huang had ruined their states through extravagance. Cao Rui ignored every warning. Obsessed with immortality, he ordered Ma Jun to dismantle the ancient bronze dew collector and bronze statues dating back to the Han era. According to the novel, strange omens appeared during the dismantling. Bronze figures seemed to weep, violent winds arose, towers collapsed, and thousands died. Yet Cao Rui remained unmoved. He continued expanding his palaces and filling the imperial harem with beautiful women. Eventually, he favored consort Gua and neglected Empress Mao. When Empress Mao learned of Cao Rui's private festivities with consort Gua, the emperor became enraged. He first executed the servants responsible for the leak, and then forced Empress Mao to commit suicide, replacing her with consort Gua. At that very time, Gongsun Yuan and Liaodong openly rebelled. He proclaimed himself king of Yan, established his own era name, and launched attacks in the north. Hearing the news, Cao Rui hurriedly summoned his ministers to discuss a campaign. A new conflict was about to begin. Summary. This chapter focuses on the political and military turmoil that followed the death of Zhuge Liang. The most dramatic event is Wei Yan's rebellion. Refusing to accept Yang Yi's authority, he destroyed the plank roads and attempted to seize control of the army. However, he fell into a trap that Zhuge Liang had supposedly prepared in advance. Through Ma Dai's betrayal and execution of Wei Yan, the crisis was quickly resolved. Zhuge Liang's coffin was safely returned to Chengdu, where Lu Shan honored him with the posthumous title Marquis Zhongwu. Leadership of Shu then passed to Jiang Wan, Fei Yi, Jiang Wei, and other senior officials. On the diplomatic front, Eastern Wu reaffirmed its alliance with Shu. Sun Quan's oath and diplomatic gestures helped stabilize Shu's external situation during a vulnerable period. Internally, however, tensions remained. Yang Yi became resentful after being passed over for higher authority. His careless remarks eventually led to exile and suicide, demonstrating how political rivalries continued even after Zhuge Liang's death. Meanwhile, Wei entered a period of decline under Cao Rui's extravagant rule. massive construction projects, obsession with immortality, disregard for loyal advice, and increasing corruption weaken the state. At the same time, Gongsun Yuan's rebellion in Liaodong created a new threat that would become the focus of the next chapter. Knowledge points. 1. The famous Who Dares Kill Me scene is largely fictional. In the novel, Wei Yan shouts, "Who dares kill me?" and is instantly beheaded by Ma Dai from behind. Historically, this never happened. According to the official records, Wei Yan was defeated, fled toward Hanzhong with several of his sons, and was later pursued and killed by Ma Dai. His head was then delivered to Yang Yi. The dramatic battlefield execution was created by the novel to provide a memorable ending. 2. Zhuge Liang's secret pouch strategy is a literary invention. The historical records state that before his death, Zhuge Liang arranged the order of withdrawal and instructed Wei Yan to serve as rear guard, with Jiang Wei supporting him. If Wei Yan refused to obey, the main army was simply to withdraw without him. There is no mention of secret pouches, hidden instructions, or the famous "Who dares kill me?" trap. These details were added by the novelist to highlight Zhuge Liang's seemingly supernatural foresight. 3. The claim that Wei Yan had a rebel's bone is not historical. In the novel, Zhuge Liang supposedly recognized from the beginning that Wei Yan possessed a traitorous nature and constantly guarded against him. Historical sources paint a different picture. Wei Yan was one of Liu Bei's trusted generals and later remained an important commander under Zhuge Liang for many years. His real problem was his arrogance and bitter rivalry with Yang Yi. The novel exaggerated these traits and transformed him into a destined traitor in order to strengthen Zhuge Liang's image as an all-knowing strategist.